All right, can you guys see my screen and hear me well?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
All right, can you guys mute, please? So today is more or less like um, uh, not much of learning, classroom learning. We probably be jumping into the practice. We will try to set up our phone systems. I'm sure you guys have a a phone number installed on your computer, and setting up voicemails, setting up your signature, and emailing candidates. So we'll try to do an exercise today. We'll try to understand about the basic calling etiquettes, how polite you need to be, how clear you need to be during your speech, and how to email candidates, how to be the etiquettes, how to thank people, stuff like that. So the first thing, since you have right after we take the break, uh, before we jump into the action sheet, the spreadsheet, where we have a list of numbers, you'll be exposed to list of phone numbers, a candidate name, their skill set, their email, and their phone number. And you'll have a bunch of fields on the spreadsheet, which I'll show you in the next slides, where you'll be calling these candidates and performing actions in terms of making a phone call. If the call is answered, you're going to be speaking to the candidates and then update the spreadsheet. The call is not answered, then you leave a voicemail. When they return the phone call, act as if you're making that phone call the first time. Now you update the spreadsheet again. And polite candidates versus rude candidates, will do a test call uh, within one of our team members who will take a phone call as a polite candidate. He will take it to the voicemail and he will become a rude candidate. So how to be polite with candidates. This is very, very important. Not losing the temper, not losing the cool. So I'm going to share this. The first thing to start with, when you log into your emails, keep in mind your email should have your first and last name. Don't, you know, don't abbreviate or, put it like if your last name is Nandan, don't just put Dan N. It must have, irrespective of what your email is. If your email is abc@highreadypeople.net, you would still have the first and the last name attached to your email. There is a reason for this. If you don't have the full name, your email is most likely going to spam. When you're sending out emails to either candidates, specifically Gmail, there's a way the email servers are going to, when there's inbound mails, it's pretty important that you follow these rules. And this is a sample signature that you will have, all of you, and people who are from the Digi Informix, you can check with your manager and make necessary changes with the company's name and the phone numbers. But this is the format. So keep in mind, since you are starting today, starting fresh, even after 10, 15 years of experience, people working in the US IT market, they do not follow the basic fundamentals of formatting phone numbers. This is the format, the US format. You see that? Don't change this format. Even when you're replying, somebody asks you a phone number, you need to go with this format. There's a bracket, there's a space, there's a dash, and there's a reason for this. I don't want to get into the details of how the phone systems or the postal services work, but this is a standard. I'm going to share this. So you can update your, right after I'm done with this, not right now. I'm going to put it on the WhatsApp group and change this, highlighted area. This is going to be your name. This is a standard phone number and you have an extension. This is the board number, what they typically call a board number. Then you have maybe a 202 something, your phone number. So you don't want to give your direct number and then also put the extension. It is very dumb. So this is the board number. Then you have an extension. You also have a direct line. So when people call, they might call you on the direct number or they call the main board number. I'll give you an example. I'm calling Kathleen now. I'm calling the board number. I'm going to call her with an extension.
Calling higher IT people, LLC.
I called 114. Kathleen's extension.
It's Kathleen.
All right. Okay, Kathleen, I'll call you again from the direct number. I dialed the extension. So this is your direct line. It must be on your signature. So don't change. This is very, very, communication is the key. You make any changes, you end up missing phone calls. Very simple. So now she also has a direct number associated with this extension. So let me call that number. Her direct number is 202-803-5703. So this is bypassing the greeting, thank you for calling higher IT people. So you need to know. So it's easier you give the direct number, have everything. It's ringing now. Now she will directly answer, we bypass the greeting.
Hi, it's Kathleen.
All right, thanks, Kathleen. So we're going to share this. And number one is to update your email signature wherever it is. You can check with Harsh or Ishwar, who's going to be assisting you in doing this. And don't remember one thing. Do not play with it. Don't put any images. Don't put, logos. This is plain text. There is a reason for this again. When you have too many images, it is going to end up in spam. These are on a professional scale. You want to ensure your emails are image free. Your emails are more text based. Emails have info where the receiving server does not assume it is spam. So, for example, I put followers at higher IT people. I could have said Facebook logo, LinkedIn logo. No, I'm not doing that. So you also would change the LinkedIn URL. So you create your own LinkedIn account. You can connect it. It'll ask you who's the current employer. You will see higher IT people INC, and you connect yourself to as an employee technical recruiter of higher IT people. So Harsh, please help them set this up, and I will jump into the voicemail.
Yeah.
Okay. I think I missed a screen here. Just 1 second. Email signature setup. Where is the, okay. I think we missed the voicemail. We jumped into email. So let me just go back. Okay. Okay, now your phone system is capable of receiving voicemails. What is a voicemail? If you already know, but then I'll still cover this. When people call, your phone system has the ability to record voice if you ever miss that phone call. Try not to answer each and every call unless you are busy with another call. This is what I do. This is what I practice. I'm on a call and I get the second call. I tell the party, hey, can you hold on for 1 second? I'm getting another call. I'll come right back to you. I pick the second call. I tell them, hey, take their number, name and number, and tell them I'm on another call and I'll call them back. So I'm avoiding sending people to voicemails. Try to avoid, once again, as we spoke day one, day two, about it's equally important are more important as making phone calls and also receiving and taking, accepting those phone calls. When somebody called, at that point of time, he's free. You check your voicemail after a couple of hours, maybe they're not free. You might end up missing that caller. So try to answer phones as much as you can within the first 3 rings. Don't let it ring forever. Unless you're not in the office, you're outside somewhere, you went out for a break, that's where you need to have the voicemail. So try not to miss those voicemails. So there are two things that we need to do. There is a way to access your mailbox. This is something you need to check with Harsh and Ishwar. Likewise, for the other company trainees who are on this session, you need to do the same. It's the same system. So you probably have to follow the same rules. So you go into the system, there probably a prompts that you can record your voicemail. So the script in red is what you are going to record. You have reached, replace your name at Higher IT People. Please leave me, be very clear. You have reached XYZ at Higher IT People. Please leave me a detailed message. I will return your call as soon as possible. Be very clear. Thank you. Always thank you. So make sure you have the everything that you do from today. Once you are exposed to the American market, thank you is a big word. People say thank you. It's sometimes, yeah, I feel, coming from India, I feel dumb as well. Unfortunately, fortunately in America, you go to a grocery store, you pay the money, you buy stuff and you thank them. They're supposed to thank you, but that's the way it is. That's the culture. Okay. I always, feel, hey, I'm paying you, you should thank me. They don't thank you, but you're thanking them. So keep that in mind. You always be ready to repeat, reuse, as a courtesy. Always thank people. Thank you, thank you, thank you. People say thank yous more than they have done anything in their life in the US. Right, Kathleen? You agree? Okay. So now, once the voicemail is set up, and you're probably you're going to have an app on your I think you have an app on your computer or your laptop, desktop, which will probably give you alerts that you have a voicemail, which you need to figure out with Harsh and Ishwar. At the same time, also request them to link your email. When there is a voicemail, the system also sends you an email with a recording of the voicemail from the calling party. So make sure you stay on top of the voicemail. So every hour, right now there are alerts. In the past there were no alerts. I would just go to my answering machine and then click and see every hour if there are any voicemail messages. So it is very important that you keep checking your voicemails. You might, by not checking this voicemail, you might end up losing business. You might end up losing your commission because there's a placement. You have not done it, somebody else did it. So it's very important to check your emails, voicemails, this voicemail setup. Okay, once we are ready with the setup, now we're ready to go. We have the email signature. We have the phone setup with the voicemail, because once you start making those phone calls, I want to ensure your voicemails are set up and you are in a position to check your voicemails, because when you do these 200 phone calls, it is very unlikely that 150, at least 150 plus people will not answer their calls, because it's daytime, they might be working, or people just, check voicemails. A lot of candidates, they just check voicemails before they return that phone call. They don't immediately take that call. In the future, we're also exploring the options because your phone number, the company phone number, US phone number, is capable of sending text messages. So we will explore that option once this training is complete. So you can also send text to the candidates if they are not answering the phones, or you don't get a response. This is a small candidate behavioral analysis that we're going to do based on the calls. I'm not going to do a lot of lecture on this. How candidates, you are going to be talking to candidates, and you
Yeah.
understand um, over um, um, over your phone calls and your efforts when you make those phone calls. Simple tips. I know each person is different, but you need to practice. This is not a personality development session. Um, we will try to learn speaking with candidates based on a general list. This is without a job description. The first chart, what we're going to have, the exercise that we're going to tomorrow is without a job description. It's a general phone call for you to get used to talking to candidates, collecting data. So you are not, we're not going to expose you to a job description, or we're not actually recruiting, but you're making a basic phone call with a script, and ask a few questions, and try to get information from candidates so that you understand what is the behavior of different types of candidates. Now, the second thing, when you call the candidates, we want to ensure, we will do a test run, as I said. You want to speak very slowly and very clearly. If you speak faster, especially with Americans who are born here, uh, they will never be, even though you have great communication skills, you won, those elocutions or whatever they call speeches at college, they would still not be able to follow because of the accent problems. So keep that in mind. So speak very slowly and clearly. Don't try to put in any fake accents. It's not required at all. Speak the way you are. Just because you're working in the US market, you don't have to have that kind of a dialect, or a fake accent. So likewise, even with Indians here, since we are going to be talking about technologies and trying to, this is the human behavior. When you call a candidate, when you are speaking slowly and clearly, the reciprocation is likewise. If you are just murmuring blah, 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 then you also get the same response from the other party. This is human tendency of the Newton's third law. So you have a bounce. So make sure you are pretty clear, pretty slow. You don't have to rush. Nobody's rushing you. Please speak very, very slowly and very clearly. So your pace, your standard Indian pace that I know, should be reduced. Not, you're not doing a time lapse to push it up, but you have to push it down, and slow it down, slow the speed by at least 50% of what you have today. If I say 50% of what you have today, between 50% of what you have today, it makes a lot of difference. Okay. Now we are going to do some test calls right after this. Number one, calls speaking with polite candidates, and follow-up email after the call, and then calling and speaking with rude candidates, follow-up email after the call if required, unless they are super rude that they don't want to see anything from your company. And how to be extremely polite, courteous. Hey, this is our job. I'm getting there next session, next topic, next slide. And leaving a voicemail when a call is not answered, and a follow-up email. Since when you are exposed to the market, when you are finding candidates, it is likely that you always have an email, a phone number. Keep one thing in mind, rule of the thumb: don't waste your time. I see a lot of recruiters, they have found resumes without any contact information. Right now, they attempt to start searching on LinkedIn. They attempt to start searching all over the place to find their phone numbers. You're just wasting your time. So any resume, when you find, usually we have not covered the resume topic yet. We have not touched resumes, a lot to follow. A resume, often referred to as, I'll just take a quick shot on that, which is called a profile, and it's also called a CV, curriculum vitae. So these are different languages, sorry, different words, terms used for a resume. But in most cases, when you are working in the US market, it's called a resume. Rare cases, a profile. Hey, send me that candidate's profile. Hey, send me that candidate's resume. So these are typical words that you're going to be exposed to while you are performing your services as a technical recruiter. Okay. Now, when a call is answered, I'm going to make, so the first, you're going to have this spreadsheet. There is a call script that you can follow, but it's not 100% perfect, because when that other party, because we are doing live, the other party may answer differently. Now, since you are in training, and anything that you are unable to understand or you're unable to answer, always remember, do not try to say something which you have no clue. Don't cook up something. Always, when you don't have an answer, simply you can politely say, I'm not sure about this. I will have to get back to you. I'll have my manager connect with you. I'm still under training. People will like it when you tell them you're under training and you're trying to learn. Even today, I do that. Because this is a recorded video, I can't give you the name of a client. Me and Kathleen had a problem with a lady. She would never, very, very rude. It's a client. But we went back to her, said, hey, can we learn something from you? So this is the attitude of people. You tell them you are in training, you're so sorry, you're still a baby, you're junior level, you're trying to understand, and need help from the candidate to enhance your career. They are going to like it 99% of the time. Trust me. When somebody is rude, I turn back and try to be more polite and say, hey, this is something I wanted to understand from you. I'm so sorry. So the being courteous, being polite, being not rude is the key. We will come back to this slide once again. I wanted to show you the other slides before we jump back and do a live call. Live call, it is a test with our own employees. But starting next week, we will do live calls to open market candidates. No, tomorrow you're going to do those live calls. Now, when a call is answered, now the candidate is rude. So there are two types. A polite candidate versus a rude candidate. Then there might be a balanced candidates who are neither polite nor rude. They're kind of standard types, which you need to figure out based on, we can go into multiple examples of what candidates are. Once you call these 200 people, at least talk to 20, 30 of them, then you'll get to know how candidates behave and do an analysis, the behavioral analysis by yourself. Behavior, whatever. Now, when the call is answered and the candidate is rude, or the call is returned after you sent a voicemail. See, this is what you're going to do when a call is not answered. You leave a voicemail, which I'm going to do now. We'll do a quick test. And what happens when a call is not answered? When the call is answered, multiple scenarios. So I'm going to pause the screen sharing. But then we are going to be calling someone. Okay, I stopped recording. Okay, let's do a test call to a candidate, assuming he's a polite candidate. I'm going to ask, a few questions and let's see how he responds.
Hello.
Am I speaking with Srinivas?
Yes.
Hi, Srinivas. My name is Dan Nandan. I'm a technical recruiter at Hierarchy People. I'm calling to check if you're available and looking for an opportunity at this time. We have.
Yes, I'm looking for opportunity.
Oh, that's wonderful. Um, I noticed that you're a Java developer. I'd like to collect basic information so I can pass it on to my recruitment manager. They will connect with you and probably send the job requirement based on your preferences. Can I ask you a few questions?
Yes.
Okay. And by the way, I got your information from our database. Probably you applied for jobs in the past.
Yeah.
Okay. I see that your email is srinivas@gmail.com. Is this correct or should I update?
Yeah, that's my email ID. I'm still using the same.
Okay. And what is your major skill? Is this still Java or is there a change?
Yeah, Java with cloud.
Okay.
Yeah, I've been working on AWS.
That's good.
Hadoop.
That's good to hear. I will update the notes here to send it out to our recruitment managers. And how many years of total experience that you have at the moment in IT?
12 years. Close to 12 years.
And I know you just stated Java with AWS. Is there any specific type of jobs you're looking for?
Yeah, I'm comfortable on mostly on front end.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm looking more like a front end Java developer or full stack Java developer kind of role.
Okay. And what is your present location, please?
I'm presently in Connecticut.
You're in Connecticut. Okay. So, and are you open for relocation or no?
Yes, I'm open for relocation. Anywhere in the East Coast is okay.
Anywhere in the East Coast, not all over the USA, right?
No, only just in the East Coast.
So when you say East Coast, are you okay for like New York, New Jersey, because you're in Connecticut?
Yeah, New York, New Jersey, yeah, that should be okay. I'm okay for Virginia, North Carolina, Boston.
Okay, so the entire East Coast going down into North Carolina, Massachusetts. Okay.
Yeah, Atlanta, yeah.
And I have few. I won't take more time, but then what is your work status?
I'm on H1B.
Oh, you're on H1B. Okay, so are you okay to transfer your H1B? It's not necessary for our jobs. We are a tier 1 vendor, but then I just want to update my system. Are you open for a transfer?
Yes, depending on the billing and if it's a better job, better offer, then I am okay to switch my H1.
Okay, wonderful. I will pass this information to our recruitment team. I'm just collecting data on if somebody's available. Thank you, Srinivas. I will attempt to also send you a test mail. If possible, can you reply with a copy of your latest resume?
Yeah, I'll do it by end of the day.
All right, thank you,
That should be
Srinivas.
fine, right?
All right, thank you. Have a good day. Thank you. Thanks a lot.
Yeah, thank you. Thanks, bye.
Okay, so this is a polite candidate who's pretty polite. He's looking for an opportunity and he is willing to share information. Now, let's assume I'm calling another candidate. I'm going to leave a voicemail now. Okay, the candidate is not answering. So when they don't answer, don't let that just go. You need to leave them a clear voicemail message with your phone number.
Your call has been forwarded to an automated voice messaging system. 8148 available. At the tone, please record your message. When you've finished recording, you may hang up or press 1 for more options.
Hey, hello, good afternoon, Srinivas. My name is Dan Nandan. I'm a technical recruiter with Hire IT People Inc. I'm calling regarding a job opportunity available with one of our clients. Please call me back when you have a moment, 202-719-0200. Once again, 202-719-0200, extension 112. Thank you and have a great day. I expect to get a call back from you at the earliest. Okay. So this is something we have, I think you should have the actual phone number. Don't do extensions, make it longer, make it simple for them to call you back. Okay. Now, once this marathon is done, so we have done we have to still follow up with an email right after this. So I'm going to send him an email, nice email, which will give you a script once again. This is a test. Once, this is just sending internally, use an internal email. So assuming this is Srinivas, positions, our clients. You can always say good morning, good afternoon, good morning, Srinivas, good afternoon. Don't say good night. It's always afternoon or the evening. Usually we use morning and afternoons, until 5:30, you're still in the afternoons. So, good morning and good afternoon. Then you have, thank you for taking the time to speak with me today. So this is something you're going to do right after number one. You had a conversation with them, or it went to a voicemail. Okay. Please send me a copy of your updated always resume, and I will forward it to the recruitment team. This is only for the marathon that we're doing tomorrow. Later on, the recruitment team is nothing but you. You're not forwarding it to someone else. This is only for practice for now. Recruitment team. This is for those 200 phone calls. Thank you. Always end it with a thank you. Don't forget the thank you. Always, as a rule of the thumb. Okay, this is when this guy answered, because thank you for taking the time to speak with me today. It sounds a little dumb. Hey, you started with a thank you, you're ending with a thank you. It's okay. There's nothing wrong if you thank them twice. Okay, now again, the second scenario where we went, the call went into voicemail. Again, same positions, our clients. If he's a Java guy, then we put it as Java positions with our clients. Okay, good morning, Srinivas. If you're in the market because you don't know, also please note that I have just called and left a voicemail message. Don't try to make it, I just left you a VM message, like a PM, personal message, DM. No, why don't you, when you can type VM, why don't you type voicemail? So make it more clear. I see people for October 2021, sorry, January 2021, you put Jan 2021. Why not, add, few more letters? It's going to take you half a second, right? So that way, maybe some person has no clue what is a VM, what is a PM, DM, KM, right? So try to be as, and don't try to put a lot of, stories on your emails anytime, right? Unless you have a job description that you're trying to, we will talk about the email etiquettes. This is going to be a separate session. But then, just to, because you're doing something tomorrow, very simple 1-2 liners, so that they can easily read on their cell phone if they're driving or somewhere, and not have a tons of info where they can't even read, right? So this is after the voicemail. Now let's do the third method. Sorry, the third phone call, where we expect to have a root candidate. Now this is going to be a root Srinivas. Okay, before I call him, now when the candidates are, they're rude, we're going to have a script again. This is just like an aid, so you understand what is going on. Every candidate is different. You talk to 1,000 people, the 1,001 person may be different from all these 1,000 people. So there is nothing like a fixed script. We're not selling soaps here. So you need to be smart. You need to get engaged with them based on the circumstance rather than, be giving you a script. But then golden rules, never ever lose your temper. It's our job. People have abused me. People have used bad words. People use F words. Don't get tempted to argue with them. If somebody says F, you can politely say, sir, not sir, whatever, Srinivas, please try to be polite. Please do not use that language. You can say that. But, somebody said F word, you are reciprocating with another F, or, you are doing a-hole or whatever. Never do that. We want to, then they will feel, hey, even though I was rude, they have a problem at home. People have a lot of problems in America. Trust me. They're fighting it. They have domestic problems. They have money problems. Now there is a COVID problem. So people are frustrated. 50%, they're frustrated. And they have visa problems, green card problems. You're talking to H1 candidates. Last 10 years, the people have been burning, waiting for the green cards. So they are kind of frustrated. So you are only adding to their frustration. So you have made that phone call and they're like, where the F you got my phone number? Who the hell are you? They might be very, very rude. Never ever argue with them, and just say sorry. You had the phone number. They might hang up, or there are many candidates who don't hang up. They will continue to argue with you. Then you can say, I'm so sorry. I'll have to have my recruitment manager speak with you. I'm just, in training here. I'm not sure. So don't ever, never, ever. That will be the day you have lost your temper, the day you have, you start arguing with candidates. That's the end of your career as a technical recruiter, or, tomorrow you might be a manager. I have seen people from recruitment, basic recruiters, they become leads, they become, managers. Their attitude changes over a period of time. They get more rude. They start arguing because they have now knowledge. They have 10 years of experience, which will never help in this industry or any industry. Any job that you do, you have to be patient enough. You have to be polite to people. You don't argue with them. With candidates, you will often see this problem. You will be talking to, or you'll come across candidates who are rude, who don't like to take those phone calls because he's at work and you're suddenly making this phone call. Can somebody please mute? Okay, it was, I don't know who it is. I muted that person. Okay. So let's make the phone call to the root candidate now.
All right.
Hi, am I speaking with Srinivas?
Yes.
Hey, Srinivas, my name is Dan. I'm calling from Hire IT People. I'm a technical recruiter. I'm checking to see if you're available for an opportunity.
Where did you get my number from?
I got your number from a database. Maybe you applied for a job, or maybe on a DICE job board.
No, I have not applied for any job from past couple of years. I'm not sure how you have got my number.
Yeah, because I see it in my database. But are you looking for an opportunity at the moment?
No, I'm not looking for any opportunities, and just remove my number from your list, and please don't call me back again.
Okay, just let's take a break. Nishant, get more rude. Okay. Uh,
Okay.
no, I actually have,
I have to be rude on you then.
no, it's just a test. We are on training.
Yeah.
So I still, I see it here. This was last updated a month ago that you are looking for an opportunity on our system. So maybe I don't have the right
No,
info.
I never shared my resume anywhere, and I don't know. I get calls every other day bothering for a job. If I require a job, I'll give you a call. Why don't you just remove my number and stop bothering me?
Sure. Is it okay if I just send you a follow-up email?
No, don't send me an email. Don't call me back. If I want, I'll come to your company website. I'll just make whatever things I'll provide it. But don't call me. Don't email me. Remove my email and I get multiple emails with the jobs. I don't know, all nonsensic jobs. So just remove my email and also just remove my number.
All right.
Please don't call me back.
Sure, Srinivas. Understood. Sorry about the phone call. Thank you and have a great day.
Yeah, please never call me back again.
Thank you. No problem. We will not. We'll remove your number. Okay. So this is a type of a root candidate. And I didn't lose my cool. I will not. Even if if it's a real person that we're calling, I will not lose my cool. I did not, the moment he said, hey, I've been getting these nonsensical calls because this is our own employee, he did not use bad words, but expect from people to use bad words, abusive words. Out of 100, maybe 1 or 2, that would be your ratio. Not all of them, but this is general. And 50% of them have the general attitude of, when they're not looking for anything, they try to act a little smart. Hey, I have not applied anywhere. I have not done anything. If they have not applied anywhere, where did we get the resume from? This is a question. But then again, you don't want to be rude with them. But then, with these type of rude candidates, after a couple of days, I keep a follow up. I don't call them again, but I would send them an email because he's impatient. So you don't want to quickly send them an email, follow-up email, even to say sorry. They're not going to like it. After a couple of days, they calm down. You send out an email. I'm so sorry, on so and so date I called you. I'm sorry to bother you. I would like to confirm that I have removed your phone number. I have requested the team members to remove your record from our system. Now the guy he will calm down. He'll like, oh, maybe I've done a mistake. I was rude with this company. At some point, he'll come back to you. Out of 100 people, my experience with this, 50 people come back to you. They reply, hey, it's okay, I'll let you know, whatever, you're now creating a relationship with the root candidates. So let me stop recording for a moment. Any questions, please? All right. No questions. So I'm going to stop this recording.